Hey everyone, this is Dahlia, helping professionals to land international careers. And so I wanted to come on here and talk to you about the real cost of not figuring out what you want to do. So it's that old question of, what should I do with my life? What should I do when I grow up? What is my career direction? What is that thing that I should be doing? And so this is a big problem, right? Especially for young professionals with all of that drive and that motivation, and they want to do something big, but they don't know what exactly that thing actually is. And by the way, this is not just young professionals who struggle with this question. I know that there are also a lot of not so young anymore professionals who have been struggling with this for a long time, because I get on the phone with those people quite often, and they tell me, oh, I thought I had all of the time in the world, and I've been trying different things, none of them are sticking, I'm not sure what I want to do, and I'm getting older now, and I'm realizing that I have no direction, I have no pension, I have no savings, I have no, all of these things that they would have expected they would have by that age, and they don't know their mission, and they don't have their expertise. So I don't want that to be you. If that is you, I don't want you to stay there. And so, it's really important to get this figured out, because what happens when you don't know your direction is that you don't become an expert, right? So all of the time you spend jumping around is lost time in terms of building that experience. Lots of people are stuck in needing experience to get experience, right? So the longer you spend not being on mission, not knowing your career path, you're not building that experience. Your CV looks like a mess. How are you going to compete with people who have actually focused on one thing and built that expertise, right? And so you're not going to be a sought after professional. You're not going to be a sought after expert who earns a great income, who gets those opportunities, who's being called for their expertise, whether that's like a really great contract or a really great job opportunity, or to come and be a speaker somewhere. Or one of my clients recently, she just got invited to a conference in Croatia to discuss her cancer research. And that stuff just doesn't happen if you're not considered an expert, right? They're not gonna invite you. And so you need to be knowing what your direction is and building that experience if you want to be able to get there. And so, lots of experiences are nice to have. Like, I know some of you have done some really amazing things. You've gone traveling, you've taught English, lots of cool stuff. But at the end of the day, you need to think, can I do that cool stuff while being on my career path, so that I can get really the best of both worlds? I can be becoming an expert and at the same time get the experiences that I want, right? Does that make sense? And you also want to consider like the financial cost. I mentioned this already, but there's a huge financial cost to not knowing what you want to do. People who jump from job to job are always getting into those entry-level positions, and like I said before, they don't get those specialist positions, those managerial positions. They're going to be stuck at that bottom level all the time, and they're not going to be invited into anything else. And then what's going to happen is that eventually you end up just staying in whatever job was the one you were in the longest. So you end up settling, and you won't have the joy that comes from really being on mission and really knowing what you want to do. You're going to get frustrated, but you're just going to be in whatever you're in and say, well, I guess this is my career because that's what I do, right? And your employers are going to keep you because, you're pleasant to have around, or because they don't feel like hiring someone else, but you're not gonna excel at your job if you don't love it. So that means you're not gonna be the one who gets promoted. You're not gonna be the one who moves forward. You're just gonna be there because you're there, and you're not gonna be excelling and really getting anywhere, really building a legacy and really building your mission. And so it's really important. Like, clarity is everything in your career. Knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it, and building and being on mission. I know I'm repeating myself over and over again, but it's so important. And really, at the end of the day, like, if you believe in yourself, you can find out what it is that you want to do, okay? There is a process to getting that clarity, and it doesn't have to take months and years to figure this out. Like, my clients are usually they spend 2 weeks, even if they come in extremely confused and they have no idea, and they have lots of different interests and they love lots of different things. 2 weeks is all it takes for them to figure out, what is the mission I need to be on right now to have happiness, feel professional, feel like I'm making the contribution that I want, that is in line with my unique talents and abilities. All of that can come together into your path within 2 weeks. So you don't have to spend all of this extra time, being lost and being in limbo. However, a lot of people are really held back from actually getting this clarity, and it's because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can achieve those kinds of things that deep down they really do want to be achieving. Like there's still this block that's keeping them in limbo, that's keeping them hesitating, that's keeping them indecisive. And the longer, you let that block, which is essentially fear, right? It's fear that keeps us in indecision, that keeps us thinking, oh, tomorrow I'll figure this out, or I'll figure this out, eventually, or after this contract, or after this week, or when things calm down at home, or all of that kind of stuff. It's fear, because at the end of the day, you don't need to wait for all of that stuff in order to figure out what it is that you're going to be doing. You can start figuring that out right now, no matter what is going on around you. But fear will always tell you that there's some really great reason to stay where you are. And it'll keep you doing things like moving from city to city to city, thinking, oh, maybe I'll find the opportunity in another city because supposedly there are more jobs there. And it'll keep you just, talking to different people, getting advice from all these different places, and everyone will keep saying something different. And then you'll say, wait, well, maybe they have a point. My parents are telling me maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do that. Or my friend is telling me that's a crazy idea, that, don't do that, that's silly, stay where you are, or go and do this. I know someone who's doing whatever, maybe you should try that. And you'll go, yeah, maybe I should try that. And you'll just keep being pulled into different directions if you don't get dedicated to yourself and what is the unique contribution you are really meant to be making. If you don't get in line with that, everyone else is just going to keep pulling you into all these different directions, and you're never going to get it sorted. And everything that you do end up going into, it's not going to work out for you, because it's never going to be the right thing. And you're going to feel like you've tried everything except the one thing that is really you, and the one thing that you really wanted to do in the first place, because you never found out what that thing actually was, right? And so the only way to get this clarity is to make that decision, to decide, look, I need to figure this out now because this is undermining my entire life. I want to get it sorted now, today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but today I'm going to make a decision to get on the path to figure this out, and that way I'm going to be the professional that I know I'm meant to be, and I'm going to make the contribution that I'm meant to be making. And by the way, if you're someone who cares about your community and cares about your planet, you owe it to your community, you owe it to the planet to make this decision, get yourself out of limbo so that you can make that impact. And some of you guys are already making an impact, like at a small level, like you're doing what you can, you're helping out your friend or your mom or whatever. But when you're on mission, you have a whole much higher level impact that you're working towards. And you shouldn't stop yourself from making that higher level impact. And what happens when you're not making that impact, like the biggest cost, we've talked about the financial cost, right? How much money you lose by not figuring this out because you don't get to the positions that you want. But there's also a huge cost in terms of your confidence. And that is the worst one, because the longer you go in limbo, the longer it takes you to figure all of this out, the more your confidence goes down. And the more you try to compensate for that loss of confidence by speaking more loudly, faking it till you make it, right? We're all told just be more confident, act more confident. And why are so many people talking about acting confident? It's because so many people are not confident at all because they don't know what they're doing in the world. They don't know what's the point of me even being here, because they're not doing something that matters. But when you are doing the thing that matters to you, and you're really learning and growing, and you're contributing and making the world a better place, then you have real confidence. You don't need to fake anything. You really do have that confidence when someone asks you, so what do you do? You're very proud to tell them what you do, not because it's some fancy title or something like that, but because you genuinely believe in what you're doing and you're excited about it. And that is real confidence. And that, if you're watching this, like, that is what I want you to have. I don't want you to have that self-doubt and that kind of anxiety about what am I doing with my life. I want you to feel that confidence and be delivering your mission and helping other people, okay? So don't hesitate, don't wait around, follow the process, get yourself a plan, and get to the bottom of what your mission is, and you will become a whole other person, and you will be I mean, your whole entire life changes once you have that figured out, okay? And what I've done this week, because we're already halfway through September, guys, like this is going by really fast, and you get a lot of job opportunities in September. There are still some budgets, there's still opportunities out there. And what happens, like just over the summer, I know a lot of people were going, oh, it's summer, I'll figure it out after the summer. Now it's September. September's already going by really fast, and guess what? In just 2 months' time, it's going to be November, and people are going to be in Christmas holiday mode. There are going to be no more jobs available. Everyone's shutting their budgets for the year already, basically in mid-November, and everyone's going to be going, all right, let's see in the new year. And new year means generally halfway through, if not end of January, right? And these things just drag on and on and on. So now is the time to act if you want to get on your careers, you know, figure out your career path, start getting those opportunities now. And what I've done with my team is we've actually opened some slots this week so that we can get on the phone with you. We can do a career roadmap session with you and figure out, where are you getting stuck? What is your problem? What is your problem? No, what is your problem in terms of your career? What's going on with you? And then where do you want to go? What are the things that are really important to you that we need to get figured out? And then we want to make sure that we get as many of you guys started now this week, because we want to give you the time this fall to get this figured out, to start getting those opportunities before the new year, so that next January, like January 2019, you can already have a new job, and not just a new job, but you can be in a position that you're really proud of, you're really excited about, and you can be planning for the future, and you understand what the direction of your future is actually going to be. So we've opened up a few slots this week. Go ahead and grab them while they are still there. The link is accelerate-yourambitions.com/apply. And there should be still a few slots available. Grab one, and you're going to be speaking to a member of my team, or maybe to me. I also opened a few slots on my calendar, as many as I could, and we're going to get on there with you, and we're going to discuss what you need to do to get unstuck, get out of limbo for good, and really to step out of that confusion, because we want to get you guys onto your mission, okay? So let me know if you're able to grab one of those slots, and in the comments just write, like, what is the source of the confusion for you? What's going on right now in terms of that lack of career direction? Where are you getting stuck? And I'd love to hear from you. It's always nice to see your comments and receive your messages, and see how I can support, see what's going on in all of your careers and in your lives, because career and life is basically one, right? You can't really separate the two. And that's been something that's really interesting as well. Like with my clients, when their careers get taken care of, when they're on that mission and they're excited about what they're doing in terms of their work, their personal life changes completely. Like they show up as different people, they get more friends, they get their confidence back, like we already discussed, and they have way more personal and also professional opportunities. All of these things affect one another. They don't work in isolation, and you start getting that sense of flow. You start getting those opportunities rolling in. You feel like a different person. You feel like a much happier person. When you're in limbo, you can't be happy. That's why so many people are, frankly, they're really depressed. Like when you don't have a mission, that's what leads to depression. You don't know your purpose. You think, what am I doing in this world? And that's why there are so many unhappy people walking around, right? And everyone has a mission inside of them. This isn't something that's just reserved. Unfortunately, it is just the few who know their mission, but it shouldn't be. Everyone does have a mission inside of them, and it's everyone's responsibility. We all have to figure out, what is my contribution? What is it that I'm going to be doing? And once you figure that out, once you are on that mission, everything in your life will start to change, from your bank account to how happy you are, to your energy levels, to your relationships. Like it really improves every single other facet of your life, because the work that you're doing, all of those hours you spend in your job, are actually going towards something that you love to do and that you know is making a positive impact. And that's part of what it is to be human. Like you can't avoid that. And so it's so, so important. And I really, really wish for all of you to be able to experience that as well. This shouldn't be a kind of privilege that's reserved for the few to do something that matters, right? This should be something that everyone is able to do, but it does take that process. It takes that getting unstuck, and then you can step into basically your new self, right? It really creates a new version of yourself, which is extremely, extremely exciting. So if you're still stuck in limbo, don't stop waiting, okay? Go ahead, book your session. It's accelerateYourAmbitions.com/apply. Grab whatever time on our calendar works best for you. Then you're going to be taken to a questionnaire. Just fill out that questionnaire really, really quickly, and we're going to be getting on a call with you so that we can make a game plan together and we can sort this out. So, lovely seeing your faces again, and let me know in the comments where are you getting stuck, and we will speak soon. Bye, guys.